Just reflecting on these videos and stuff like that. It's obviously an amazing story about a kid who was given no chance to live, pretty much, or a very small chance to live, and was motivated by the community and by certain people in the community, like to learn how to write again. He was motivated to write letters, thank you letters, to receive other rewards, which that goes back to business as like incentive. If we give employees incentive to do something good, then they'll get rewarded for doing that. So that was kind of like how I tied that back to business was as a way of incentivizing, um, reaching your goals and stuff like that. Uh, I think a lot of this video goes back to business. You know, just not giving up. Like, oh, we only got one customer today, one customer yesterday, one customer the day before that. You know, if you just don't give up and keep working hard every day, that next day could be your biggest day of the year, or you might have to wait a month, or you know, do some more marketing, or just just not giving up, just persevering and keep on fighting, just like he did. When he was in the hospital, and being kind to other people. Like, we talk about business is about people, and I'm still struggling with the whole people part because um, I get a lot of negative people, but I'm still trying to flip the negative into a positive back onto them. Um, you know, and then we talked about serving others, so that I can go back to business in lots of different ways too. Like if you giving a discount to EMS operators or military veterans or something. I know as a veteran myself that makes me want to come back to a business is when they care enough to offer a discount for people who serve the community or serve the country or a firefighter or a police officer, anything like that, or even a teacher for that matter, because I believe teachers are doing a service to our country as well. Um, when people tell me they used to be a nurse, or some of you in this class might have been a nurse, I thank you for your service. You know, um, so as a term of business, giving to others, or you know, could help people come back and then provide more business, which enables you to help more people. Um, I thought it was very sad that he never went to the hospital to see Jack. I'm sure he had his reasons. I'm sure maybe they didn't want people there, or um, I know he talked about it like how he just didn't go, but I'm sure there was probably more to it than just that. I'm not sure, but maybe the family only wanted family there, or they knew he was dying, something along those lines. I have no idea, but um, I liked how when he talked about just trying to be ordinary, just trying to fit in, kind of like how when he went to school for finance and stuff like that, he said he was just doing it because there was no passion, there was no drive. He just was trying to fit in with the rest of the society. He wanted to make a bunch of money, um, but then that changed eventually. I liked his talk when he talked about taking your talent and multiplying it. So, that can go so many different ways. Like if you're the only piano player in your town, or, maybe give piano lessons and you can help other people learn the piano. Or, I mean, it's probably a bad example, but, if a lot of your fellow students are having trouble with math, maybe you're talented in math, maybe you can tutor them, offer your time to serve others and help tutor them. Or, so for me, like taking your talent and multiplying it, that was I started thinking about that for a minute. I was like, well, what talents do I have? And um, I can't think of very many. But I'm sure I'll think about it some more and figure something out on that. His mission statement: Why you choose to thrive? I choose to thrive because um, I choose to do what I do. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out on the weekends, I don't hang out with the wrong people and I'm not saying, I'm not judging any people for that, but I choose to thrive and live the way I live because there are people depending on me to make the right choices, like my wife and children. I've already put my family in a bad situation when I went to jail, and I knew that that wasn't the place for me, and I had a higher calling than that, and I knew I had to get out of there. And um, they say we all have a choice. Like when someone asks you, "Hey, do you want to take this drink, or do you want to go steal something from Walmart, or do you want to go do this, or do you want to go do that?" They say, we all have a choice, but I feel like my choice has been taken away from me because for me there is only one choice to make, and that's the right choice from here on out. Um, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. It's hey, do you want a beer? No. I, there's no choice there. It's already ingrained into my mind. Like, hey, do you want to smoke a joint? Like, no. You know, don't even offer it to me. If stuff like that. Because people that depend on me, my wife and children, and I'm very grateful and lucky to have my wife and children. I know they talked a lot about gratitude in the video, and attitude of gratitude and being grateful, and how important it is to start your day being grateful. And I agree with that. I think it's very important, because sometimes whenever I'm feeling depressed and low, it helps me to think about what I'm grateful for. And also talk about exercising, or just changing your breath work, taking a few deep breaths, or walking around the block, or just getting your blood flowing a little bit can help the natural scientific endorphins and dopamine in your brain, and actually help fight the depression or the anxiety and stuff like that. So I think that was a very important point. Um, and it all ties back to business, because you don't have your health, you have nothing. Um, being a strong leader is very important in business, because nobody wants to work for um, you know someone who's not a leader, or someone who just pretends to be a leader but isn't. So I think being a strong leader is important in business, because you want people to come into work and be like, yeah, I'm being led by you know Jack or John, or you know just whoever, like Mr. King. Oh, I can't wait to go to Mr. King's class, Dr. King. And for me, a couple semesters it was Mr. Hunsaker. Like, I look forward to going to class. I look forward to these discussions. I don't really like hearing myself speak. I don't watch these videos after they're done. I just, I don't really think too highly of myself, stuff like that. But when I get into those negative mindsets, I do try to get out of them as quickly as I can. Um, talked about how serving others helps us feel better, and I mean, I think we can all agree with that. And the more we can help, the more we can serve, I'm sure the more better we can feel. Um, and it all does tie back to business in one way or the other. You know, uh, being healthy, exercising, being a strong leader, serving others, not judging people. Um, and also the mission statement, going to heaven and bringing as many people with her as possible, was really awesome. And I always have a hard time with my emotions and stuff, but um, I don't necessarily want to be ordinary. I want to get complacent. Um, talked about complacency and how, like, being comfortable. The first video, the guy that talked about poor people, rich families, and stuff like that. He does have a good point. If you got a certain amount of income coming in and it covers the bills just right and it covers your groceries just right, then what's the point in trying to get more? You got what you need. But if your cup isn't overflowing, if you don't have more than enough, then how can you help others? How can you serve other people? How can you feed other people? So um, I want my cup to overflow, and I want to be able to help other people and stuff like that, just like all these other guys. And I'm not trying to win, Mr. Universe, or uh, win the pageant or whatever. But I think most people have inherently a good heart, and if they don't, it probably has something to do with psychological or upbringing or anything like that. But I would hope that most of us want to help other people, and I hope that we all get to do that someday, if we're not already doing it now. And I know that this class has done a lot for me in terms of helping me stay positive and thinking about different perspectives and being grateful and not giving up and stuff like that. So, I strive to thrive because there are people depending on me. Um, and someday they'll have people depending on them. So I definitely want to leave something for my family when I'm gone, so that way they can help others as well somehow, or at least ingrain that into my kids to that helping others is important. And like Dr. King says, business is about people, and I think we should put people over profits. Um, but yeah, I think it was all great. Amazing story, and just another awesome discussion. So thank you guys for listening if you listen to me, and so thank you, and I hope you guys have a great day. Much love.